Alright, what is going on today, guys? In this video, as the title says, we're going to be doing another lighting mod to the Elantra GT. Now, I know in videos in the past, I have said I have been pretty much done with lighting because the car is pretty much done, full LED conversion. Looks great at night, so. But this is kind of different. It's kind of unique. It kind of seems like it's coming back and trending, I guess. But as you can tell in the title of the video, it is an LED underglow kit. Now, I chose not to do one of those cheap eBay kits. I didn't like some of the features or some of the aspects about them where they have fixed length strips and you gotta run the wires, which aren't even long enough, so you gotta extend them. Instead, I'm doing more of a DIY approach and using my own strips I bought off eBay. So I guess they're technically eBay kit, but just doing a DIY approach. Now, since I've already started this install, played around with what works and what doesn't work, I'm going to go over what I have done that has worked and what I have done that has not worked as far as mounting and I guess things like that. Because originally I was going to use a tape, but I don't think that is going to be the best option. Now, I do want to give a huge shout out to X-Fasten, who has sent me, or is in the process of sending me, more types of tape to try on this project. I got this stuff on Amazon. It was about 15 bucks for this half-inch by 36-yard roll. I've tried it, and unfortunately the LED strips themselves do not stick to this tape at all. I don't know if they would work on their acrylic tape. So I just want to give a huge shout out to them for sending me stuff to try out in this project. If you need any stuff, they have a website and they can be found on Amazon as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what supplies you'll need for your car and what I've done to fit on my car. So again, I apologize for the mess as I've been screwing around these past few days seeing what works. But let's go ahead and start with the LED strips. I've organized these out, so this will be the rear, the passenger side, driver side. I still have to cut this yet, and I'm going to explain something in a minute. And this will be the front. The front was the longest by like an extra foot on my vehicle. But the reason I haven't cut this yet is because during my experimenting, I was just going to use the rest of this strip, which did not have a connector, since it shared that connector and that connector. So there was LED strip in between that I had cut both these from, that I was going to use over here. However, being underneath the car and needing to make waterproof connections, and originally I was going to solder a connector on, but that didn't work very well. So I'm just going to cut the same length as this side from this LED strip, and I'll have a little bit of extra over, but it won't matter, as all the strips will have a connector on it to make it easier to connect to the Bluetooth controller, which I have right here. Again, this is just a cheap eBay Bluetooth controller. I already tested it out with a power supply and it works great. I have an extra cord coming here with the RGB and power wires, and it is set up to a 4-way splitter. Now, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to need 4 separate leads. I believe I'll probably use 3 of them. Now, this wire in this pack is 2 meter or about 6.5 foot extension cable to run, say, from the splitter to one of the sides or the splitter to the front of the vehicle. I believe this will be long enough. So hopefully all that made sense, and now I'm going to go ahead and run to the store and grab some silicone and we can go ahead and get started. This is what I bought. Just some GE clear waterproof outdoor silicone. Alright, so I have an update for you guys. I ran a few wires. Here on the driver's side, I ran one of the RGB extension wires down through the fender, and there's a little hole back there. Just ran it down, dropped it on this side of the wheel liner, and if you're doing this on an Elantra or Elantra GT or something like that, and you have clips right here to remove the fender liner. Do it. I just removed the bottom one, and I didn't realize that there was a clip way back on the back side of the liner until it just kind of popped off when I pulled on this far enough when I put my hand up there to grab the wire. But the wire comes out right here, and it'll be perfect because the strip will plug in right about in the same spot. So that is good right there, and I did the exact same on the other side. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Alright, so it's been a few days since I talked to you guys last about the LED Underglow kit. I kind of just, was in the zone installing the kit itself. But basically, I just got in the zone and I got most of it done, all but the back. I'm not even sure I'm going to do a back piece, honestly, anymore, since it looks pretty good with the front and the two sides. So here I'm going to show you guys what I did really quick, and I guess how it's been holding up the last few days or so. Alright, so starting under the hood here, it's not pretty at the moment, and honestly I'm debating about getting rid of my HID kit to alleviate the majority of this black and red wiring here and replace some of it with the Bluetooth controller, as I could put that over there, or even on this side over there. It would just alleviate a lot of wiring, and hopefully I could find a plug and play LED bulb that didn't have any of this wiring harness to deal with. But anyway, here is the spot I mounted the Bluetooth controller temporarily. I think I told you guys I was planning on doing it here, but it's getting power from the battery. And here's the harness I'm going with right now. I really don't like this at the moment, but again, it's just hopefully temporary. But I have one of the RGB extension wires going to the driver's side, one going across the strut bar to the passenger side. Again, they run down the fenders. But this one's kind of too short for now, so I had to run across here. I couldn't run it like this way or anything to hide it better. But the other one, the front lip, is going down through there, and it's connected right about there underneath the lip. So I guess I'll show you guys how I ended up siliconing these strips on. As you can see, I definitely drove through a little bit of rain, not a lot, so it kind of flung some stuff up, and I might end up needing some type of mud flap deal with these wheels. But anyway, I just ran a bead of silicone down each side of the LED strip. It has been holding up actually really well so far. As you can see, I got it pretty straight. Worked out really well, and hopefully it holds up for quite a long time. Now the front lip is done the same way. Again, there's the taped connector going up to the engine bay, and then again I siliconed it to the fiberglass, but I ended up having to do the front lip in 5 pieces. Not sure if you guys can see it. There's number 1. The biggest piece is across the middle, and there's 3rd connector, and then there's another 4th one over on the other side. But this was actually a pain to do, but it definitely gives you the most uniform look, and conforms to the shape of the lip when the light is on, so it looks really good. It's just kind of a pain, and I know it doesn't look the best under here, but you really wouldn't tell from the light output, as it's really that uniform and that good. Now I would still say this method is way better than the kit method, even though the kit method is very easy compared to this method. I just think the look you get from a custom length kit is just way better than those little strips that don't even fit on the side of your car. It lights up half your length of your car, so it just doesn't even look right. It's just really not the same look you get from a custom kit. So I would definitely recommend this method over buying one of those cheap eBay kits any day. It's just so much better. Now, I know since I didn't film a lot, you guys probably have some questions, and if you do, please leave them down in the comments. I will answer them to the best of my ability. So if you have any questions or just want to post any comments, feel free to do so below, and I will for sure take a look at them and try to help you out. So without further ado, here's the look of the LED underglow on my Elantra GT. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And if you have an Elantra GT, follow the Facebook group as well. There's a lot of activity on the page, and it's really just a great community. So if you have one, follow it. If you don't. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.